Now at 5, a Missouri Supreme Court ruling that could change access to abortion in the state. Plus, groundbreaking for a big new business in northeastern Oklahoma. And
President Trump issues a new timeline to Russian President Vladimir Putin for peace efforts in Ukraine. I'm Erica Brown at the White House with more on that and the high-stakes negotiations for peace deals in the Middle East.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A decision from the Missouri Supreme Court has added more confusion regarding the current state of abortion access. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. In November, Missouri voters passed Amendment 3, which removed the state abortion ban that took place following the overturn of Roe v. Wade. But now the court has ruled that a district judge applied the wrong standard in that ruling that allowed abortions to resume in Missouri. Regulations that had been placed on hold were ones setting cleanliness standards for abortion facilities and a requirement to be licensed by the state. The district judge had ruled the licensing requirements were discriminatory, allowing Planned Parenthood to resume abortion care. Yesterday, the Missouri Supreme Court overturned that ruling, and as a result, Planned Parenthood has stopped performing abortions in the state. In a statement, the organization says, quote, "Our patients will remain our North Star, and we will continue to fight for their freedom to the constitutionality protected health care they voted for." On the other hand, State Attorney General Andrew Bailey applauded the Supreme Court decision. He said it's, quote, "a win for women and children and sends a clear message abortion providers must comply with state law regarding basic safety and sanitation requirements." Tonight on KOAM News at 6, we're going to have a bigger breakdown on what this Supreme Court ruling means for the state of abortion in Missouri. The Seneca Cayuga tribe today broke ground on a big new business in Grove, Oklahoma. Flint Fire Mercantile will be a 6,400 square foot general store, produce market, fuel station, deli, and cafe. And the Baxter Springs, Kansas Chamber of Commerce today hosted a small business workshop. Business advisors discussed strategies to improve operations, boost marketing, and avoid common pitfalls. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney now for our first look at the weather.
Well, we have temperatures that got up to the low 70s today, so overall pretty nice day. You can see out in 7th and Rangeline we had a few clouds, but overall we finally got to see the sunshine today. Now it's not long lived because we are watching as showers and thunderstorms do push into the area late tonight. Now you can see a few showers already trying to make it in, but you see they're starting to die down right when they make it into our western counties. This first round of storms and showers are not expected to move into our area until later on this evening. You can see how they're starting to die down. Our main threat is going to be this next round of thunderstorms. Not a severe threat, but we are going to get some rain showers, some thunderstorms, but no chance for severe weather as they push in overnight tonight and through most of the day on Thursday. But I'm going to have all those details coming up.
See you soon. President Trump spoke with reporters this afternoon and expressed confidence that the U.S. is on the verge of striking deals to end 2 wars in Europe and the Middle East, and to stop Iran from creating a nuclear weapon. Erica Brown has more details from the White House.
President Trump delivered a timeline to determine whether Russia is serious about a peace deal with Ukraine.
Do you still believe that Putin actually wants to end the war?
I can't tell you that, but I'll let you know in about 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, we're going to find out very soon.
Trump also said he was disappointed with the drone and rocket attacks Russia launched on Ukrainian cities this week. He says a peace deal is urgently needed to save lives.
There are only 2 outcomes. You know what the 2 outcomes is: a smart outcome and there's a violent outcome, and I don't think anybody wants to see the second.
Russia's foreign minister said they have a peace memorandum to present to Ukraine at the next round of talks they've proposed in Turkey next week. The president was also optimistic about a ceasefire deal in Gaza. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff said a new proposal could be delivered as early as today.
I have some very good feelings about getting to a long-term resolution, temporary ceasefire, and a long-term resolution, a peaceful resolution.
Speaking about ongoing U.S. talks with Iran, the president acknowledged he warned Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu during a phone call last week not to attack Iran.
Well, I'd like to be honest. Yes, I did.
Trump said any deal with Iran to end its nuclear program would be very strong.
Well, we can go in with inspectors, we can take whatever we want, we can blow up whatever we want, but nobody getting killed.
If a deal can be reached, Iran's nuclear chief says they might allow U.S. inspectors at their nuclear facilities. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
At the same time, Iran's foreign minister insisted that any deal must include Iran's ability to enrich uranium. Still ahead, a changing trend in home sales.
A housing market in decline for some areas that had been booming in recent years. I'm Cristian Benavides in Fort Myers, Florida, with the homeowners looking to sell.
But first, a new study concerning long COVID among infants and kids. That's coming up in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, the symptoms of long COVID can differ for infants versus children ages 3 to 5. A study published in JAMA found infants and toddlers 2 years and younger are more likely to experience poor appetite, trouble sleeping, coughing, and stuffy nose. The kids ages 3 to 5 are more likely to experience daytime tiredness, low energy, and a dry cough. Doctors say there's still much we don't know about long COVID. Maternal mental health in the U.S. is getting worse. A study by Columbia University found the number of mothers who said they had excellent mental health dropped 12% between 2016 and 2023, and the number of mothers who said they had fair or poor mental health rose more than 3%. The study notes this could be connected to a similar decline in physical health. Climate change could be causing more cases of cancer among women. A study in Frontiers found a small increase in breast, ovarian, uterine, and cervical cancer might be linked to the effects of climate change, including rising temperatures, worse food and water security, and poor air quality. The study's authors say more access to cancer screenings could be a key factor in saving lives. For the first time in his life, a young New Jersey man is pain-free thanks to a new gene treatment working to cure patients of sickle cell disease. Jenna DeAngelis has more on this groundbreaking treatment.
It's a milestone moment for Gerald Corte. Ringing the bell means completing his treatment for sickle cell disease.
It just felt really great to know that that chapter of my life is over.
So happy and so thankful.
All his life, the 18-year-old has suffered from the debilitating side effects of the rare and life-threatening inherited blood disorder. He needed frequent medical care and couldn't play sports. Even the cold triggered painful episodes.
Most of the time I'll just be inside because I was in pain.
It's been incredibly painful for his mother, who lost her oldest son, Emmanuel, to sickle cell when he was 7.
It's been rough. And there was no treatment at that time.
Now there is. Gerald is the first patient in New Jersey to be treated with groundbreaking Lyfgenia treatment outside a clinical trial and following FDA approval in 2023 for patients 12 and older.
What's going on? How you feeling?
Treated by Dr. Stacy Rifkin Zenenberg at Hackensack Meridian Joseph M. Sanzari Children's Hospital.
The gene therapy treatment is a treatment where we are essentially curing patients of their disease.
She explains doctors collect a patient's blood stem cells, which are then genetically modified in a lab. The patient undergoes intense chemotherapy before the modified cells are infused back in the body to produce new healthy red blood cells.
Just to endure just a few weeks of pain for a lifetime free of pain it's definitely worth it.
Gerald plans to head to Penn State to study nursing and psychiatry, inspired by those who helped him. Jenna DeAngelis, CBS News, New York.
And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we've got a fun fact about horses.
And we have showers returning tomorrow. I'm going to have those details right after this. Well, I hope everyone got to enjoy their Wednesday without the rain. Unfortunately, those conditions return tomorrow. Now, taking a look outside downtown Joplin, you can see we had pretty cloudy skies, but we finally got to see the sunshine that we haven't seen in quite some time. Now, we're watching as some more showers and thunderstorms start to push into the area. You can see out towards the Wichita area. Few of those trying to push into our western counties, but not going to make it until later on this evening. Now, this whole cluster of thunderstorms will try and get in there start to die down. We're waiting for all of these showers and thunderstorms to push into our area late tonight after about 11 p.m. Now you can see we have isolated chances, especially in our western counties, that some of those might make it in. But until we get into the morning hours, we're not going to see those widespread showers and thunderstorms until after about 8 a.m. Until then, especially overnight, southeastern Kansas is going to see a lot of that rainfall and again some embedded thunderstorms, but not a severe threat. So we're not expecting any severe threat. Might get some gusty winds out there, but rumbles of thunder is really the only thing that we're going to see with all of this. Now it will continue to push in by 5 a.m. north of I-44 and north of Joplin. After about 5 a.m., all that rain starts to settle a little bit further south. We're all going to see some rain showers and thunderstorms throughout the morning hours. This is now 8 a.m. Joplin area, you can see getting some heavy rain. Miami, Parsons, Caney out towards Coffeyville as well. Now, as we head to mid-morning and early afternoon, this all shifts a little bit further out to the east, mainly on the Missouri side and south of I-44, but you can see out in Columbus, Oswego, up to Pittsburgh, still going to see some of those showers and thunderstorms by mid-morning. But then we're left with some more isolated showers as we head into the afternoon and overnight hours. By about 8 to 9 p.m., starting to see all those clouds push further south, and then we're back to a very sunny weekend, actually a long stretch of sunny days. Now we're not expecting a lot of rain with this, which is a good thing. We've had our max for rain amounts across the area. We don't need to see any more, about 1/10 of an inch to just shy of an inch of rain with all of this. And then we're back into our ridge, our warm up. So we're looking at this wide ridge. It's a high pressure system. As it moves over to our area, we're going to warm back up to the upper 70s on Friday. You can see sunny skies as well. And then on Saturday, low 80s. Now Saturday, we still have this chance. We've got this little, it's called a shortwave trough, so it's just this little kink in our upper level flow, and it could bring a few storms to the area Saturday night. As of right now, that chance has dropped below 10%, so I've got it marked off, but we still could see some pop-up thunderstorms as that little trough wants to move into our area. But again, I dropped that off because it's less than a 10% chance. So we're just left with all these sunny skies all the way until Tuesday with temperatures in the 80s. Now Tuesday through Thursday, especially Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night, we could see our last chance of severe weather. Thursday night, I'm a little concerned about, want to keep an eye on, but outside of that, we're getting closer to summertime. Next week is going to be the first week of June, so I know we're all looking forward to it.
And that weekend looks beautiful. It's going to be warm, sunny, a little glimpse of summertime. Anyway.
Can't really ask for much more.
You bet. Thanks. An airline is ending its free checked baggage policy. That story is coming up in Consumer Watch. Topping today's Consumer Watch, Americans are feeling a bit better about the economy this month. The Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index May reading rebounded to 98. Those surveyed are feeling better about the present situation and expectations. Bounce back follows 5 straight months of declines because of anxiety about tariffs. The Conference Board says confidence improved after the U.S.-China trade talks in mid-May resulted in a truce. Passengers who like to fly United are going to have to arrive at the airport a little bit earlier than before. The airline wants passengers checked in 45 minutes before a domestic flight takes off. Previously, passengers without checked bags could arrive 30 minutes before departure. This new policy will take effect June 3rd. The new check-in policy will align with the airline's checked bag deadline. That's also 45 minutes before a plane takes off. And Southwest Airlines is ending its free checked bag policy today for many passengers. The budget-friendly carrier says it's going to charge passengers $35 for a first checked bag, $45 for a second. Though loyalty program members, business select flyers, and certain credit card holders can still have their bags checked free of charge. The once hot housing market in places like Florida's Gulf Coast is now struggling. As Christian Benavides explains, a combination of factors is making it difficult for homeowners to sell.
Florida resident Darlene Strange has been trying to sell her mother's home in Fort Myers since November of last year.
Is it disheartening
Yes, it is. Makes me wonder, is it ever going to happen?
Here's the second bedroom.
Realtor Angie Ramos says at least 6 of the properties she has listed have been sitting on the market for far too long.
We've seen a lot of price reductions. Things are selling, but not as quickly as, as one would want to.
In Southwest Florida, inventory's up. House prices are down year over year, and it's not the only market seeing a slowdown. It's an about-face for regions that recently saw houses selling at record highs, particularly across Florida and Texas.
It was moving right along. I mean, like one thing after another. I mean, we were selling.
Cape Coral, Florida had the biggest price drop in April, year over year, followed by Northport, Florida, Austin, Texas, Tampa, and Lakeland, Florida. Still, high interest rates, skyrocketing home insurance, and elevated listing prices are among the reasons inventory isn't moving. Strange needs to sell this home to pay her mother's assisted living expenses.
How much longer can you afford to not sell this house?
Yeah, that's a problem. We're getting into the point where if something doesn't happen within the next year, it would be a scary situation.
While the spring buying season got off to a slow start, it's become a tale of two cities. In parts of the Midwest and Northeast, the housing market is still highly competitive, with home prices on the rise. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Fort Myers, Florida.
Our pet vet on call and a final check of the forecast up next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, Social Security's new leader talks about his plans to improve service. Then on KOAM News at 6, a bigger breakdown on that Missouri Supreme Court ruling, what it means for abortion in the state. Plus, why TikTok videos from a Missouri coffee shop have gone viral. And the Diamond softball team this evening competes for their second straight state championship. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Lots of people love horses, maybe you're among them, but we might not know all there is to know about them, maybe not as much as we think. Today, our pet vet on call has a fun fact for us about horses.
Horses are generally classified as being either hot-blooded or cold-blooded. Now, most of us know that horses are animals like us and we are all warm-blooded. Our body temperature stays consistent with internal factors, but the cold-blooded animals can't do that. So they change their body temperature according to the weather outside. And those are your snakes, your lizards, your frogs, the guys that almost always kind of hibernate. Not always, because bears do, but they don't count. So what does that mean for horses? There's hot-blooded horses and cold-blooded horses. Hot-blooded horses are your energetic horses, your race horses, your Arabians, your working quarter horses. They're fast, they're agile, they're just speedy horses. Your cold-blooded horses are your big draft breeds, your Clydesdales. They are big, heavy, muscular, and a lot slower. So next time you're out having beers with your friends and you see that picture of the Clydesdales, you can impress them by saying, that's a fine team of cold-blooded horses.
There you go, cold draft, I guess. We invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, you just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday right here on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. Look at this, checking out our picks of the litter for the week from the Joplin Humane Society. We've chosen this female Labrador Retriever puppy. The society says she's cuddly and likes cats and kids. Her name is Butter, kind of a butter color there. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, a 6.5-year-old terrier mix named Bubba. They say he's a social butterfly with a personality that lights up a room. You can kind of see it in him. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? Butter and Bubba.
Definitely can't go wrong with that.
No, great looking dogs. The weather, some chances of rain ahead.
Yeah, we've got one more day, one more rainy day, and then we're going to have a nice long stretch of sunny skies through the weekend with temperatures returning to the 80s. More storms next week, though, so don't get too comfortable.
Okay, we won't. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next, and of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.